Today, we are bringing you a coaching session from a rank 5 player in FUT Champions. No matter your rank, there will be things that you can learn on how to improve in FC24 when you watch this video. If you do enjoy this as well, there's been a lot of requests to bring these back to the channel. Just let me know. Just show the support. It would be greatly appreciated. But let's go ahead and jump into it. It is taken from our live stream, twitch.tv/AlexBee official. Come and say hello on there should you wish to. Let's jump into the video. So this is something that I think a lot of players right now think is on and just isn't on. I'm quite guilty of this myself. You're obviously trying to play the ball into the fullback, and this player is just occupying that lane. Like, I think on previous games you get away with this, and then on FC24 you don't. I also don't know here whether you did a Y ball or an X ball. If you want to play this pass, which I don't think you need to, I'd go for an R1 and X pass, purely just to get that driven kind of into feet. If you have gone for a through ball, you're just playing it into that lane, which just means that it's just going to be so easy, obviously, for him to intercept. What you should be doing here is pick the ball up with Declan Rice. He's big, he's strong. Take that striding step into there. Try and pull this player through. Then you can go, okay, I want to go out to the wing. I want to recycle back to the fullback or something. You're on Xbox, okay. So, yeah, just kind of giving yourself a bit more of a time to drive forward there and using Declan Rice in that way would be nice. Ultra defensive. And you can see from it as well. Crazy. But my biggest concern in that area is when you lose that ball, it's like you're not aware of who you want to be. I want to know how you end up switching to your striker here. Because you were on this player. Are you good with right stick switching? Like, where do you feel you're at with right stick switching? Off. Because you've ended up going all the way over, obviously, to your striker, which is completely out. What you need to be on here is your centre mid. You've got two choices, really. You can either keep tracking back and going with it, or you can apply pressure onto the ball holder, because obviously the left back's caught out of position, because obviously that pass that you did. You kind of either need to be aggressive on it and try and cover the lane and come down like that to put pressure on the ball holder, or just keep tracking back with it and second man press and then let this defender come through. But that switch is what kind of like lays you off. You see how Declan Rice now keeps tracking one little ball roll, and then now that ball roll has opened up this lane massively. You needed to switch onto this right centre back to get ready for that ball, because by that point you're too late. He takes that one step and bang. Goalkeeper movement would have been nice there as well, I think, as a last resort. But ultimately it all comes from the pass more than anything. So you said that you're struggling to score. This here I don't particularly like, because you pick the ball up with Theo and you don't do anything with your left attacking mid. So right now your analog stick is aiming here, right? What you should be doing is tapping LB or RB. LB will tell Leo to go on a run and go in behind. RB will bring him short. Try and do something to manipulate this fullback, because at the minute you're just running forward and you're looking at Leo going, well, what's going on, mate? What are we going to do? Are we going to make some movement? Are we going to do anything? AI movement can be a little bit hit and miss, so you might want to go for a creative run here. You might tap LB in the direction of Leo and then quickly flick the right stick up at that direction, 11 o'clock, and now Leo will run across there, take that fullback with him for a brief second, giving you a little bit more space. But just some form of movement, you know? What I like to do here at times is tap RB, bring Leo in. That will then bring the fullback in with him. Then tap LB, and then Leo will go, okay, I'm running in behind. And then that pushes that player back. Or if they switch to it, they hold, giving you a bit of room in behind. But you can see how you've got nothing going on. Like, so you have to come back. The switch, you know, this is fine. You then pick that ball up with Rice, but now you're going into the area on FC24 that is super, super risky. It's congested now. Like, you know, you haven't got these simple passes on. Spreading the play and getting out to the fullback. Definitely needed there with an L1 triangle. This original touch up here is fine. But then when you turn in on the inside, you just need to either controlled sprint or just dribble. You take that touch with sprint and just invite that pressure. Kyle Walker is not a player you want to be attempting that with. He's not very great in anything other than the pace department, in my opinion. When you win this ball, Chaddy, think about now who has just come out here. This right back is just committed massively. You now have a lot of space for Leo to operate in, to play that into there, get one-on-one with Varane, try and work something. Your immediate reaction is to get the ball and play it straight into the middle. Declan Rice has to go out to here. How do you kind of build that into you? You need to be thinking about this here. Servi triggers that fullback. Franco Servi triggers that fullback. I think it's Walker. You need to spot this as this is happening, because then as you win this ball now, your immediate reaction should be right back's out of position. Let's go and exploit that space. But you pick the ball up and then just gone, okay, let's just pass it straight into the middle, and not really consciously thinking about what's going on. So being aware of kind of who's where and what's happening and who's running is good. I think some second man press here would have been nice. So this here, you should be holding RB, second man press, to hopefully try and grab Declan Rice or Patelis, I think it is. Is it? I'm not sure. Whoever it is, to come over and put some pressure on the ball holder. It normally grabs the player that is closest to the ball that is goal side. It probably wouldn't grab this player here. So that next player would be Declan Rice. Come and put some pressure on and try and tag team. Then this way, Theo Hernandez can cover the wing. Declan Rice comes over to there to try and cover, obviously, this middle sort of angle, forcing Servi to go back. And then that's great. We can then, go from there. You don't really do that, so then he just drives the byline, and then you're there, and then you switch, and then you second man press, which is a little bit too late by that point. Good stand up, though. Really good defending there. Pick the ball up with Declan Rice. Instant reaction is step forward. I actually don't mind this. I think you're kind of like looking at going, okay, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? But then now you've pressed pass and it's like, okay, well, this happens quite a lot where the strikers get caught behind the midfielders, which is why a lot of people struggle with the press. And then you've just picked a lane and gone, I'm going to go with that. Take your touch, then get a quick turn and look for the fullbacks. Your fullbacks and your wingers will be where the space is, but you kind of have to open up that space yourself, all right? Yeah, a little bit too risky. And then obviously Messi blazes it over, thankfully. This is fantastic. This is really good feet. Like, just that hold and then wait. I think you should slip this, though. I think you've took out multiple players in the game. You have to slip this and get one-on-one. Now, I understand this is closer. Closer's incredible in the box with headers, with finishing. Not great with the ball at his feet. But you have to take this because then, as you lay this ball into here, you can do a quick left stick, like, move your left stick, tap LB for this player. So then as the ball's in motion and you receive the ball with Closer, now this player's making that run. You've got that player there. And then by this point, these are all still out of the game. So this player will kind of be getting into there as you get into here with Closer. And then you've got a 2v3. But you don't play that ball. And then you go for the cross, which I actually don't mind the little kind of dink. But if you look at your power bar, you've done full power. So I think you're trying to find this to Leao. I think if you want to try and find Leao here, you probably need to try and work the angle to go for an LT Travella, LT and X, on obviously Salah's left foot. But that's going to be tough. But I don't mind the little dink ball if you do the link ball, to be honest. You know, don't mind that. You're fine. Yeah, really good switch of bringing Salah back. I really, really like that. That's actually super, super good. So I think you quickly identify, oh, this is getting a little bit ropey here. That. You spot that run, which is a great switch, and then you get to Salah. I would have liked some second man press here, but the AI is kind of doing it. You do it there at the end, which is good. It's a really good pullback with Salah. Go back here if you need to. Use the fullbacks. Well done. That's fine. I don't like this pass is fine if you are then going to look to try and take on the player. Look for a finesse. Look for a Travella. I also wouldn't mind you here controlled sprinting with Theo. Driving with the idea that he's either going to grab this player, or this player, and he's going to step with one of them. If he steps with either one of these two, you then obviously have a free player, right? So I wouldn't mind you driving here, though. The pass is also fine. If you back yourself a little bit more with Patelis, you kind of turn upwards and back. And now it's like, okay, well, I'm kind of boxed in a little bit here. Like, you dribble a little bit, you kind of work a bit of space, and then we don't slip the ball, we don't pass it off. We don't go for any skill moves, whether you want to go for like a hill to ball roll or a step over, whether you want to try and feed it into Salah. I think you just get a little bit kind of lost in where you wanted to do in that area because it gets quite congested quickly. I just think, again, like some second man press could be good. Like, I don't mind the original pullback of Leao, but then switching into Declan Rice to move Declan Rice into this lane to then cover. Some second man press here would have been better with the fullback as well. Your centre back gets caught and steps up. Who is this you're using? Leon. That's not you, like, right? You know, you didn't do this right yourself. This is the AI. But that's where he's... You see how he's triggered, like, these two runners? It's a really late switch from you as well. I think you press... you right stick switch instead of just tapping LB to get back onto that player who's closest to the ball. And then, yeah. I don't know whether you tried goalkeeper movement there, which is why the icon switching came up, but... Still. It'll do. Don't like this. Okay, so corners are actually really, really good on FT24. Chaddy. What you should be doing here, right stick, push it in, move your goalkeeper to about there, then grab your biggest defender. Obviously, I don't know your team, but grab your biggest defender and kind of mark this sort of area. The idea being that if they cross it into here, your goalkeeper will just claim it. And then for all comes to worst, you've got, you know, your biggest defender ready to do that. Or you have to be careful, obviously, because sometimes they'll go in at the near post here, and if you bring your goalkeeper out there, they won't make it. But your goalkeeper has to come and claim this. Like, it's too close. So moving your goalkeeper instantly from there, getting them onto there and coming to claim, that'll be super, super easy. Like here, drive, trigger runners, trigger Liao to go. Give yourself an option. Tap LB in the direction of Liao to then give this defender something to think about. You see how he's just stood there, like not doing anything? You need to give yourself some options. You've sent this player on a run by accident. Is it this one, number 17? Watch this. Yeah, so you send him on a run here. So you've tried to trigger a runner, but in the process of doing it, you've triggered the wrong runner. And why does that happen? You're pointing your left stick in the wrong place. So as you switch this here, you're pointing your left stick up this way. So if you imagine the center of your left stick is the player that you are currently controlling, and you have pushed your left stick up to there. You've tapped LB once or twice to trigger the runner. And then he's gone. How do you cancel that? Double tap RB and it will cancel him. So then he won't run. And then you can go, okay, now I point my left stick here. I tap LB and then he goes. All right. Good. Two options when you get that ball with Salah. There's two things on your mind. Can I cut in? Can I go for a finesse? Can I drive the byline? You fake the cut in, which is brilliant, and then drive. Release the ball. Like, you've got to pass this across one more. You've got a brilliant opportunity for Closer, who's incredible in these areas. You just had to release that, you know? Good footwork. Really good feet. Unlucky. I don't mind what you went for in the 1-2. I think you can also here threaten a finesse. Only reason why I say threaten the finesse, if you go for it once or twice, the opponent knows that's what you might want to look for. So then they get a little bit more aggressive in their defending to try and stop that finesse, because Salah's got, you know, a second or so on the ball here. But you work a really, really good chance. I just think that left stick's good. I think you have to keep using this player as bait and go here and then look for the near post shot maybe. I think you turn back into trouble, because what he's doing there is he's trying to cover the Closer, and then he's kind of thinking about the shooting angle. So you kind of play into his own hands. I think you have to use Closer as bait and just drive at the near post. Better though. Need to switch. Well done. That's fine. Good second man press. Get back to him though. Well done. Really good defending. We can see you actively kind of trying to pull Declan Rice back. Use second man press as and when. I'm scared here though. Get it wide. Get it wide. 45th. Trigger the runner. Tap LB. Tap LB. Go, 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 go. You see how Liao is just facing you? He's not moving. He's not running. You need to give yourself options. Salah, you've given an option now. Good. And then you've brought him short. Well done. Really good movement. Well done. Good. That right there is what I want from you all the time. You tap LB, Salah goes, you then tap RB, and you bring him short. That's fantastic. You created, if you watch this, everyone, you created about 5 yards of space. So keep an eye on these two defenders. This one here and this one here. By tapping LB, you push them back. You push them back, and then you go, no, I'm going to go for RB. And now Salah comes short. These don't react instantly. Look at the gap you are about to create between these players. You ready? Bang. Look how much more time you've got on the ball now. And then you can turn. You look for a quick 1-2. You trigger the runner. You get that pass through. Get into a good position. This here is... It's not a bad effort, but it's Salah on his weak foot. I'd argue it's a little bit like optimistic. I think you could do one of two things. You could keep driving towards the byline, trying to get into here to then look for the cutback for Patelis to get on the end of it. Or you could cut inside and then look for the finesse or the extra layoff that would then be Closer coming in. Either way, though, I'm really happy with what I've just seen. That's brilliant. That's the best attack we've had of the half. Well done. I think you've just shot way too early. I think you can controlled sprint here. You can just keep going. Like, Varane's going to catch up eventually. But this is Patelis. As long as you hold RB and keep going, you can get into a better angle, a better chance, right? You take the shot super, super early. Super, super early. I don't think you can hold sprint here. You hold sprint, Desai can come across and you might not get the pass off quick enough. You can go into there. I'll give it to L1. No, Chubby. No, it always stays the same, mate. When would you use to advise controlled sprint? A lot of the times. In any times where you would maybe want to sprint, but there isn't enough grass in front of you, like clean grass, then you use controlled sprint. Okay, so I'm going to give you something here that is probably like, this won't be something you can do just yet. Maybe something for you to work on in future. When you get the ball here, there's a few things, right? I would play a lock, so I would press my left stick and my right stick in. I would right stick switch to Salah, and I would move Salah around the back here, and then I would ask for an RB A pass, and Patellus will take like one more touch like here and then drive it. You have to be super quick with it. I've done plenty of videos on it, but that's what I do in that area. But what you could also do is take the touch, get a bit closer, shot cancel. The goalkeeper might drop to the ground, then you take one touch there and just tap it into the back of the net. You might be able to take a touch, try and draw Desai, and then look for the pass to closer. But shooting from this angle is like ludicrous. You're not going to get that there. So you play this short, you go into Declan Rice. That's a crazy pass already playing that. Like when you can already see this player there, and you can already see the cursor on the opponent. So like that's not actively thinking about where we are. You get bailed. Now, just switch this. There's no need to go into this extra pass. So my team, West Bromwich Albion, one of the things that's frustrated me with them over like the last 18 months, instead of just backing the switch, like, you know, that ball that they could play in real life, they go one there, then one there, which means that these players can all react quicker. Going one and then one is slower than just going one. So just spread that ball wide. Like, even still here, you have to understand that the opponent is going to anticipate you to go up there, because that's such like the obvious play. So taking that touch back down and going back into trouble, you know, is kind of the only way out there. It's a good press from him. It's just dawdling on it, to be honest. Okay, so let's have a look and see how you get this goal back. And cutbacks from his strong foot. Yeah, and cutbacks from his strong foot as well. So your second man press, you cover, step up, you trigger Hernandez here. Really good hold up and left stick dribbling. And then you just back yourself and you just keep going. Good. Really, really good. I'm happy with that. Well done. You're doing well to get back into that. You're doing really, really well to get back into that. If you want some more help on FC24, click this video right here and we will help you improve at the game.